The geek lords have blessed me with 2 professional passes to San Diego Comic-Con. Who decided that I should be a professional? I have no idea how I made the cut in the application process, but I did, and that's what's key. And so now we're going to San Diego Comic-Con. I don't usually do a lot of cosplay, and I wasn't intending on doing any, but then I realized that the release of Barbie is on the Friday of Comic-Con, and I thought I should probably make a Barbie outfit, because I'm sure everybody else at Comic-Con is also gonna be Barbie, and so this is a perfect moment to meet all the Barbies. We're gonna make like a big bottom pants, and then we're gonna make a tiny little top, accessorize it with lots of fun glittery things, and then just have a good time. This is very low stress. This is not a replica of anything that Barbie has worn. This is more like, if I was Barbie, here's what I would do. So yeah, that's the whole plan. I'm hoping it's gonna be fun and simple and short, just a bing bang boom, one day make type of situation. And then we'll pack it up and we'll go to Comic-Con and maybe hang out at the beach in my Barbie look before we wear it downtown and deal with the absolute mayhem that is Comic-Con. All right, come on, let's go to the fabric store. Let's get out of here. Let's go to Comic-Con. Let's go to Comic-Con. Hi. All right, friends, we're back. And I now am the proud owner of 6 yards of this stretch fabric. I went to my local sewing store and close to bought them out. You can see that hot pink is my favorite color, from my glasses to my mic necklace to the color of this, which is not coming through on camera. It's very blinding, and that's exactly what I want. This is like a crepe. In Boston, we have an incredible secondhand like craft supplies store. It's called Make and Mend. They somehow always have exactly what I need, which is just like bananas. Today I needed pink thread because I'm serging things, and like, what? It was just sitting there waiting for me. It's amazing. It's not quite the right shade of pink. It's a little not neon, but it's on the inside. I think it's gonna look fine. We're just keeping the edges from fraying. The miracle of secondhand, man. And I mean, like, these are brand new. They're unopened. Like, this is unused. Shop local, shop secondhand. Have a great time. We're gonna start with making the pants. It's a very large pants pattern. Cut it out, serge it together, sew it up, call it a day, and then we'll make the shirt. Let's do it. Come on, come on. Okay, so this is the pattern that we're gonna use. We have our front and our back. They look very similar. Just gonna lay out all the fabric and put it down and cut it out. Straightforward. Let's do it. What? Hi. How's it going, friendo? Hi. Hi. Hi, Paolo. Oh, thank you. Wow, thank you. Yes. It was exactly where I wanted to be. And now you're there. Good cat always knows. Oh. Hi, sorry. The tum-tum is forbidden, but I can't help it. It's so soft. I think I have to change clothes. I don't think this dress is very cutting things out friendly. We'll circle back. Oh shit. I think I just thought of something. Oh no. Oh no. I just realized that the pattern piece runs across the fabric, and I measured it going down the length of it. I'm gonna have so much extra. It's not a problem for cost. Like, I think total I paid 30 bucks for all of it, which is awesome. But I just hate having a huge volume of extra. I guess extra is better than not enough, so all right. Here we go. Ah! Oh dear. I have so much extra. It's just comical. Oops. Okay, so the update is I have double the amount of fabric that I need, which feels like it's meant to be. And I just texted my friend who's going with me to Comic-Con anyway, and I was like, do you want to be a matching Barbie with me? And she was like, yeah, obviously. So I guess it was meant to be that I accidentally bought double. Let's make two. That's the new thing. We're making two matching Barbie outfits in a day or two. All right. All right, I got everything cut out. Now it's time to serge it and then sew it together. Pants are on the way. Two pairs of pants are on the way. Okay, friends, I know lots of folks get intimidated by sergers, but they are not that scary. The most important thing to know is how to change out the thread in it. So first of all, do not unthread your serger. Instead, clip each of the 4 threads from the 4 cones that you have. Put in your new cones. Then tie each old thread to the corresponding new cone. I like to put them together and then tie them off with an overhand knot so it's nice and tight. Then unthread your needles and slowly pull all 4 threads through your machine. Once all the knots have made it all the way through your machine and the new thread color runs through the whole thing, you can thread your needle with the corresponding thread position. And that's it. Sergers can be super helpful and they don't have to be scary. You can also use this technique with most industrial sewing machines, which is super helpful.
What are you doing? Hey friends. So it's a very dark and dreary day. It's like 10 a.m., but it could be 8 p.m. based on the light. It's very rainy and cozy and sticky because it's July. It's terrible to have rain in the middle of July. It feels like I'm back in Virginia. So forgive the calming, soothing lighting that has nothing to do with the high contrast of Barbie, but the weather does what the weather does. We're just gonna have some like cottagecore lighting on like a postmodern neon masterpiece, and cottagecore Miami is what we're gonna call today. So everything's been cut out and serged. Now it's just time to put it together, and it's a pretty quick assembly process. First, we're gonna put in the pockets, and then we're gonna pleat them up, sew them together, put a waistband on it, and we got pants. Then we just gotta make our cute little shirts. All right, let's go.
All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. All right, let's go. this video is going to be full of little doodad recommendations, and this doodad is a bobbin winder. I highly recommend getting one. It changed my life when I worked at a job that had one. You can bulk wind a bunch of bobbins in the color that you need and then be set to go. Just do yourself a favor. Let's get it set up before I start talking. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. So the way I'm assembling this pocket is this is the left front side seam. So I have two pocket panels. And so the first one is this one. And these two get sewn together, down here. And then flippity, flippity. So you have a nice slash that's finished. And then you have your second piece that gets put right in under here, boop, and sits like that. And so then this whole side seam gets sewn to the back. So that's the basic breakdown of what's about to happen. Here's the front lining piece sewn in, and so now what we will do is we will flip it open, we will top stitch to the inside of the pocket lining so it stays down nice and neat, and then we'll flip it in like that, and then we'll sew in the other pocket lining. So I love these presser feet more than anything. These are edge guide presser feet, and they help you have a perfect top stitch every single time that you sew. This little doodah right here is the guide that runs along your fabric edge to make sure that you stitch a consistent distance from the edge. You can get the feet in different widths. As you can see, this one is a 1/16 of an inch, and you can also get them with the guides on opposite sides of each other, which is really helpful for getting into different projects. I love these so much, and I'm such a big advocate for getting hyper-specific presser feet for your different tasks. They make sewing so much easier. I'm a fan. You should definitely start your own weird presser foot collection. Nice. Looks good, right? A beautiful, perfectly straight edge. Nice. Okay, so the next thing that will happen is it will get flipped under, and now we're on the interior of the pocket, and then this pocket piece will lay down on top of it, and it'll get sewn around the perimeter, so that then when it's flipped to the outside, it'll be one consistent unit that then can be sewn together with the back piece. The front of the pants are sewn together. They've got their pleats in. They've got their pocket. I sewed the front crotch together. So now I'll do the same to the back, put the pleats in, sew them together down the center back. and then we'll sew the leggies together, and we got pants. Okay, we got our 2 pieces for our pants. We got our fronts, and then we got our backs, which are ready to go. And now we're just gonna sew down the sides and sew through the crotch, and we've got a pair of pants. We're almost there. I've got the crotch sewn together. I've got leg 1 down to the center, and then leg 2 out to the side. And now just one long stitch. I need you to understand how gross it is in the house right now. Do you see this? Do you see how awful? It's sticky. I'm sticky. These are happy pose. Those are happy pose, huh? Yeah. Yeah. What a good guy. Okay, real talk for a second. So in the middle of making this video, SAG-AFTRA just went on strike, and I don't know if I should release this video, basically. Hello, Future Grace here to provide some clarity. First of all, I am not, nor have I ever been, a member of the WGA or SAG-AFTRA. However, during the strikes, there was a lot of discussion around who should and shouldn't be sharing struck work if they weren't a member of the union. You're going to watch me struggle with this for a little bit as I figure out my position on all of it. However, at the end of the day, I stand with creatives and I stand with artists. I have a lot of friends in these unions, and I just want them to thrive. So the next time you're watching a movie or a TV show or anything like that, I want you to think about all of these incredible folks who are out on those picket lines for months and whose work is still deeply impacted by the aftermath of these strikes. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the video. Okay, bye. I don't consider myself an influencer. I have no following on YouTube. I have 36 followers right now, but I would never want to cross a picket line. So I guess I'm putting this in here just to say that, like, if you're watching this and this was just released and it's 2025, congratulations, we have resolved the strike, and I hope we have won. But also, this would be why this is like wildly out of date culturally speaking, because I will hold this so as not to support any struck work. It sucks to put work on hold. That's the whole point. That's what strikes are for. You put your work on hold. It's inconvenient, and everybody loses out when big companies that have a ton of money don't give the money to the people that make the things that they profit off of. So stand with your unions, support your union workers. More voices are better. All right, so cheers to whatever day this is now. Are they pink enough? These are just the silliest things in the whole world. So they'll be hemmed and they need a waistband, but they're pretty much done. Yeah, they'll be cute. I'm so hot. It's so hot. It's so hot. I need air conditioning. Why don't we have air conditioning? Bye. Don't be confused. This is a different day. I just only wear one thing now because it's so hot. Why would I ruin more clothes when I could just keep all my sweat in one object? It's our last day before we head to San Diego. So I really have to finish these. I've been really dragging my butt about this. I don't even know why. I think it's just so hot and I just don't want to work. So I've been having a hard time pulling it together, but we got to get it done because tomorrow we get on a plane and go hang out with all the Barbies and the Kens and one skipper. So we all gotta have our good outfits ready. Let's pull it together for the team and finish this. So the next thing I'm doing is making belt loops for the pants. So it's very simple. It's just one piece of fabric and two pieces are folded and meet in the middle, and then you fold it again, whoop, and then you just sew two lines. Then you have belt loops. Are almost done, and I have pinned the waistband onto the pants. They're very chunky. There are places where it's going over like 6-8 layers, and it's very stretchy fabric, so it wants to move around a lot. So it's a little bit tougher to put this waistband in. You can also see, besides interfacing, I've added an extra layer of cotton just to add some stability to the waistband. So I'm sewing this at 1/2 inch, and then flip it right side out, hand sew the interior down, and we have a finished waistband. So as previously discussed, I'm a big presser foot nerd, and this is my latest discovery from TikTok. As you can see, it has these two round boys that sit in tracks on the base of the foot. And so as fabric rolls underneath, the rings up above help to make the material glide underneath it. So I'm gonna be trying to use this guy for all of the pleats that I'm trying to sew over at once, because I think that this may help the fabric glide a little bit more. I think this could be really good for stretch materials and leathers, vinyls, sticky materials, all of that sort of thing. This is quite a wild little tool. It looks silly as heck, but I really love it. And so far, I think it's been a really good addition. So there's presser foot corner for you for today. So the pants are done. Now it's time to do the shirt. I'm just going to copy a crop t-shirt I already have, make a pattern out of that, and boom, we got a little shirt. So I have the shirt in question, and I have essentially folded it in half so that I can take some paper, lay it down, and copy the perimeter of it, add some seam allowance. Very straightforward. Hopefully these shirts will come together in like an hour or so, and then we can have a fun little Barbie outfit. I keep going back and forth on whether or not to post, and I'm seeing a lot of different kinds of creators scrambling right now to figure out what's allowed. I was reading something that somebody said that basically was like, what if you stopped trying to find loopholes so that you can keep sharing stuff and you just stood with us? And that really resonated. I can just not post this. Nothing's gonna change for me. You know, I can still be excited about this in however long, and then I can be excited about it with a fair deal. That's what solidarity is, I guess, right? I'm not trying to say my presence or absence in this is of note, it's not, but the way you make it hurt for the big companies is if we all stop
So we all stop. So yeah, you'll see this when you see this. And we'll have fun in San Diego and have a good time. And you will see this and be like, remember when Barbie was a big thing? And I'll be like, yeah, this was then. Hopefully between now and the time you see this, you've seen like cool original stuff from me, which will be fun. It's a good challenge. What a time to be alive. I feel like I say that all the time and I'm sick of saying it. What if it was a normal time to be alive? Is it ever a normal time to be alive? I actually think no. Anyway, let's make a t-shirt for Barbie. Let's make a t-shirt, come on. Okay, it's the day of the flight, so we gotta finish this. The only thing left is the shirt, and I've gotten this far on them, which is pretty far. I just need to hem the cuff, hem the hem, and then put in the neckband, and that's it. So let's do it, because we gotta get on a plate. It's time for another tip. If you have ever wanted to finish a stretch seam to make it look store-bought, but you don't have a cover stitch machine, boy, have I got news for you. Welcome to Domestic Machine double needles. These double needles have the exact same shank as any of your domestic sewing machine needles, and they come in varying widths. I thought it was going to be really hard to use one of these, but it's super easy. You just wind 2 bobbins of the same color for your top threads, and you put them on your thread spool holder, and then you thread them through the machine just like normal, and you thread them through the 2 needles, and you put in a bobbin, and then you sew. That's it. It just works. It's unreal. As long as you're doing a straight stitch and you have the needle in center position, it's gonna work perfectly. Unbelievable. So for all of my t-shirt hems, I just serge the bottom edge, press it up by however much I want, and then top stitch it using this double needle. Who knew it was that easy? And now I tell you, please enjoy. Welcome. So the collar is pinned in, we're gonna serge it, flip it, top stitch it. Okay folks, it's time for the final tip of the video. Finishing serged edges really can stress me out. I worry about clipping the serged tail and having it unravel on me. Instead, I like to do an overhand knot of the tail with the knot sitting as close to the fabric as possible. Then I thread it onto a large-eyed needle and I push that needle through the serged stitching for a few inches. Pull it up, pull it tight, clip it, and boom, your serged tail is hidden neatly inside and it won't unravel on you. Whew. We made it. Cute. Got our collar in, got our little sleeve cuff in, got our hem. So we're all good. It's time to go to San Diego. Let's go.
Thank you.